Sorry about that. I was under shit.
Oh, terrific. Thanks for joining us anyway.
Listen, sorry about that.
Make sure you got your microphone as well. Because
listen, sorry about that. Nature calls you. You can't beat a good shit. It's like an orgasm, isn't it? It is, though. Sometimes it's better than an orgasm, isn't it?
I really have no comment on that. But anyway, welcome to the Brotherhood.
I wanna be drunk when I wake up, on the right side of the wrong bed, and never an excuse I made up. Tell you the truth, that it didn't kill.
My friend Bigger G.
Bigger G. And my friend Little Steve. Yeah. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Welcome back.
I'll tell you what. No, it's enough story there. He's got.
Yeah. So, hope you're well out there in internet land. We've had lots of feedback after our last show, which was Fancy a Pint or Alcohol, part 1. But let's get the ball rolling, mate. So what I'm not going to ask you what you've been doing. What have you been watching this week?
Now, I told you it's going to come back to what I said about an orgasm. There's loads of people out there. Now, listen, there's loads of people out there that watch Love Island. And there was this thing that was advertised on an island with a villa, and it was called Naked.
Yeah, you told us about that. A naked date.
Yeah.
So you start naked on a date.
Yeah,
and
but it's not...
you told everyone and all of our listeners.
Well, what was you on about what I was watching? And I thought it was all...
I'm just intrigued to know what you've been watching this week, because where that come from on the last show, I've no idea. So,
I haven't searched for anything like that. I didn't search for it. I just saw it and thought my missus was like the
Yeah, my missus would really like to watch that.
We'll say it again. There's nothing as ugly as a limp dick.
Okay.
But it's not, is there? Come on, you don't stand in front of me and think, oh, God, I look hot. Unless it was raging. So then you think, whoa.
So just remind me,
stud.
When this falls into the editing suite, I need to put not for kids. There you go. Right, lovely. Excellent.
So no, I've just had my normal week, just enjoying life, yeah.
Good. Sun's shining. Roxy's all good.
That's right. And basically, it's you lot can think, well, that guy's been sober for 27 years and he's laughing so much. That's what you'll be like if you take our advice.
That's it. Exactly. Or if you just come and sit on the couch just for 5 minutes with him, and then you'll laugh too. But as we say, we're laughing with each other, not at each other.
Yeah, intuitively.
Okay, so
I'll talk behind his back when he's not here.
No. So no new programs. Now I've got to say, my actual mother passed 2006, but I have a second mum. Yeah. My mum June, who I love dearly and I love to bits, and she watches the show.
Does she?
And and she thinks we are the funniest thing on the telly that day. Where was I going with that?
I don't know.
No, that was it. So
that was when she was in the second bottle of brandy.
Love Island, right? So, so I stayed up with Mum a couple of months back, a few months back, and Mum loves a bit of Love Island.
So does my missus.
I've never watched it, and Mum said, right, great. She said, Love Island, 8 o'clock. We're going to watch it. This was a new series. So whenever the series come out, it might have been a few months back. And I said, I'll tell you what, Mum. I said, because I love you so much, I'll watch it. I said, and I'll give you an honest bit of feedback. I said, I won't just watch one, I'll watch a few. So I watched a few, and, I made notes and everything else. And she said, well, great. What did you think of that? And I said, Mum, that was everything that I thought it would be, which is a massive pile of shit. I've never seen such a load of old cock in my life.
They lust over the men. They've got to. Because the acting.
Oh, I know, but they're all pretty boys. And they're all, do you know what I mean? And the thing being, it's like Big Brother. Now, when Big Brother come out, I used to love watching Big Brother because it wasn't genuine, but do you know what I mean? It was a bit organic, I think we'd call it, organic. But then it just, people are just going on there just to get their 15 minutes of fame.
Oh, yeah.
We're not doing this for 15 minutes of fame, are we?
No, we're not. No.
We're entertaining for free. She absolutely loves it. And I said, well, what do you love about it? She went, well, there's all bums and boobs.
How old's Mum?
Mum's. Oh, I've got to be careful here.
Yeah.
Mum's old, Mum. She's
Careful.
I'm going to say mum's mid-60s,
Oh,
early
no.
60s.
I love it.
Yeah, no, she's no. I love her too. I love you, mum. Just so that you know. But I can't watch that Celebrity SAS.
I've been watching it.
I didn't recognise one fucking celebrity on there. I didn't know any of them.
X-listers, aren't they? Yeah.
I don't know. They're X, more like Z-listers. They're just. Well, I honestly didn't know any single one of them.
Well, I did, as it goes, but...
And they're ageist as well on that programme. Do you know why?
Go on.
Because I tried to apply for it. And there's a maximum age, I think, of 45. I don't know why they didn't accept me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sure it's 45 or something like that. I'd love to go on there.
You surprised me.
Show them a trick or two, I tell you. But that said, I went to the gym last night, and one of the PTs in there, lovely Lauren, who watches the show as well, got me doing a thing called high rocks. You heard of high rocks?
Not at all.
Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. Because I feel like today I need special assistance.
Is that why you've been walking around like you shit yourself?
Pretty much. But it was a fair play to anyone doing high rocks out there. Got any of you guys out there doing high rocks, I absolutely take my hat off to you. I've run 3 marathons, as we know, and I would rather do the 3 marathons one after the other than do this high rocks. So it was like 8 exercises. I think I was doing the half high rocks as well. It wasn't even like the full one. It was awful. I came out looking like a worn out chamois leather.
A walnut.
It was honestly, it was horrible, and I don't think I'll ever be the same again. So I'm not. But Lauren, if you're listening, thanks for that, sweetheart. Good luck in December. I'll come and power you on. Don't worry.
Never.
But how you been, mate? Other than that, all good. Other than late entrance and toilet and stuff, we've got a show to run here.
Yeah. No, that's a perfect day, really, isn't it? If you can get up when you want, play with your dog when you want, good shit. That always sets the day up. It's fantastic. It's just. I'm loving life.
I'm really glad. I'm glad about that.
We've got a few. We've got quite a lot of feedback. So you got a few there.
Yeah. So we have. So from the last show, a lot of feedback. So thanks for that, guys out there. So Andy from Lincolnshire says, "Great show, guys. Keep up the good work." Thank you very much, Andy. Keep watching. Eugene from Kensington. You guys are the big brothers of Ant and Dec. Great work. Am I the one with the forehead?
You are, because you're sitting to the right.
What's that got to do with anything? You're more Ant sort of size, actually. No, Dec size. He's the little one, isn't he?
He's a little one.
Okay, no, thanks very much for that, Eugene. Keep watching.
I don't know whether it's a compliment or what, that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? 6 foot fucking 3. Ant and Dec.
6 foot, well, you know.
You was going to put that extra inch on, wouldn't you?
I'm not even going there.
That's what I said about limp dicks.
I'm not even. Here we go. Come
extra inch.
Come on.
And these women who go, size doesn't matter, bollocks. Come on.
Anyway, this one really made me chuckle, and you'd only get it if you'd watched the part 1 of this. Chris from Derby wants to know, Steve, how thick are your lenses? Nice one, Chris.
Excuse me. It's all part of my persona. They're clear. They're clear glasses.
Honest to God, when you swung round on the last show, I thought someone had smacked you in the back of the head. All I could see was these big eyes. I've never seen them before.
A big eye.
Yeah. But like I say, look like the chicken run.
It's just a persona. I feel sorry for people who wear glasses.
Okay, all right. Like I say, thanks for all the feedback, guys. And we've had a few calls this week, chatting with people watching the show. So excellent stuff. Thank you so much for that. If you want to call us and talk to us, it's 07762 99 1973, and the number, as always, is going to be somewhere around the bottom or somewhere up the top. Also got our email address as well, so keep them coming, guys.
Prostates. No. Listen.
Oh, Willie's an arsehole.
No, listen. Listen. For some reason, prostate. We all know it's a bit of a dodgy thing, isn't it? You know. But every guy I'm speaking to now walking dogs has got a prostate problem. There's not one of us. There's about 10 of us on meet up. And they've all got frigging prostate problems.
Mine's absolutely champion. I've got to tip my hat to my bestest buddy out there, and I'm not going to mention names, but he's. I think he had like the well-man checkup at 50,
right.
And I just sort of found not a whole host of issues, but he's had the sort of full thing. And he was telling me about it. He said, prostate and blah blah blah. And it's honest to God, I've known what he's going through currently and gone through, and it's awful. I'd never make a joke about it.
Oh, I do.
But no, of course you do. But
no, when they stick the tube up your ass before they put the.
Well, that's not a joke, is it?
No, it is when you don't. You said, we're just putting the tube in, and I goes, it could have been a fucking pedal bin for all I fucking know, because
Was it the camera crew that caught you?
Yeah.
Caught you on the way through.
He said a fucking tube. It could have been a pedal bin. I'm not used to that area being pounced around with. If you know what I mean. Yes. Carry on. Sorry about him. Why are we on the prostates? I don't know.
I don't know, because you jumped onto it. So yeah. But the thing was that my buddy then said to me, have you had your wellman checkup? Like, he's told me all of this stuff going on. Have you had your wellman checkup? And I went like, fuck. No, I'm all functioning at the moment, and that's how I'm going to start.
Head in the sand.
Head in the sand. That's it. But no, all joking aside, if you feel there's a problem, or if you need to get checked, then go get checked.
Just a blood test. Just a blood test once a year, PSA, and
Excuse me, I'm going to pick up from the last show that we'd done, because we were talking about your story, and again we had feedback about that as well. A lot of people had similar same stories as yourself. So I completely understood where he was coming from. So what I want to talk about is, okay, so you've done the cold turkey, etc., but you done rehab. Okay, so talk us through rehab, and ideally what I want to know from the start is did you admit yourself? Did someone admit you to rehab?
No, I done it myself.
Okay, so this was after the cold turkey.
Oh yeah, well after, yeah.
So how long after was that?
Well, the cold, when I went to rehab, it wasn't for booze. It was for the diazepam they give me to get off the booze. So it wasn't the booze.
Right.
It was the diazepam.
Right. Okay.
So I can still answer your question. No, I don't. Where I went, they were great, and all the counsellors and who owned the place and whatever, they're all some sort of drug addicts or booze or whatever,
Okay.
But it's just that you're there, at least 5 hours a day counselling, which it didn't help at all. And when I went there, they was giving me more of diazepam for the first 4 or 5 days than I was taking.
Right.
And I pulled them up with that, and they said, well, I could be lying. So they started up with an higher dose. We wouldn't fathom.
So when you went into rehab, you were completely off the booze.
Yep.
But you were on the diazepam.
And painkillers.
Right, okay. So that was the start of that journey.
Yeah. If we're talking about booze, let's keep it with booze. I don't recommend pulling one out of an act like I did. It's expensive, $2,500 a week. But if you can come off booze and you are in a state like I was, if you've seen the previous one, is you've got to go into a rehab that detoxes you.
Right.
And that detox, which will be 3 to 4 days, you won't feel a thing, absolutely nothing.
Okay.
And then when you come off that, they will diazepam you for another week and a half, then wean you off. I think rehab that's the only way to go.
Okay, so for all of our listeners, watchers, etc., viewers out there, all the gents out there in internet land, what would be your advice to them? So let's say someone's sat here watching us right now and thinks that sounds like, I watched the last episode and I'm that guy. I'm Steve.
Now these are a few I've written down. One I'd kick off with is that you've got to want to pack up. I mean, truly want to pack up. Yeah.
Yep.
Have a check up with your doctor. Go to the doctor. Tell the doctor that you want to get off the booze, and he'll give you a medical check. Make sure you're fit enough to come off it, because it's going to work.
Okay.
It's going to work. Yeah. Make sure you have someone who knows what you're doing, because you don't want flopping out and they think what and call whatever.
When you say flopping out.
Well, this is the point what I said about going to the doctors, because you can have seizures, you have heart attacks.
Right. Okay. So I'm just trying to lace the two together for me to understand it on a selfish note. So what you're saying is go and seek medical professional help
and tell the doctor that you're going to come off the booze.
Yep.
Am I fit enough to do it? Because he'll understand that what you're going to go through.
So they do things like take your blood pressure and do blood tests. And
all that, and just say
okay.
if in other words, you can't say you're not going to have a seizure or an heart attack, but it's very unlikely.
Yeah.
But this is the thing: you get once you've got that check, you can go for it. Drink gallons of water because you won't want to eat. You won't want to eat at all for the first 2 or 3 weeks. Bags of water. If you've got a dog while you're going through it, take your dog for walks, and I mean frigging long walks, and make sure you're on your own. So then you can shake, you can have your shakes, you can have a bit of anxiety, have the sweats, but nobody's around you. It's just you and your dog. That's just, deep breathing. We've talked about this before. Elastic bands on your wrists. Mm-hmm. A cuddle with somebody. That's fantastic.
Yeah, cuddle sorts everything.
Oh, yeah. And the first 3 weeks will be really hard.
Right.
Yeah, really hard. But you haven't got to worry about dying. That's why I say go to the doctors. If you don't go to the doctors, you are going to feel rough. I mean, really rough. And you're going to think, like anxiety does, oh, I'm going to die. I've got cancer. I've got this, got that. But once you've been checked out by your doctor, that anxiety's not there. I'm not going to die, and I'm going to suffer. But it's not easy.
I suppose that I'm going to make an assumption here that just by telling the doctor must provide some huge sense of relief.
Oh, yeah, straight away.
Like you've offloaded it, someone else knows.
Straight on. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Whenever, I don't know, there's a lot of people out there can't hide it, but people that used to hide it like me, that's hard work in itself. But if you've got something, just like me and you have clicked, and we'll tell each other anything, and that unloads it all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as I say, it's not an easy ride, but, it's, at the end of it, well, look at me, I know I'm retired, but I think if I was still at work, I'll be an happier person than I was 27 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, how many weeks did you spend in rehab?
2.
And again, I've not been into rehab, not yet anyway. But after those 2 weeks, so was it a set 2 weeks? Did you just sort of think, coming towards the end of the second week, yeah, I think I've sort of conquered it? Because it seems like a short period of time.
You get a doctor's check when you go there the very first day. They ask you what your prescription diazepam was, which was 5 mil. They ask you how much you're taking. Could be 10 mil, 15 mil, 20 mil. And then off you go for the 2 weeks. But when I got my first dose that day, they was giving me 25 mil. And I said, I have been up to more than 25 mil, but that ain't a norm. No, you might be lying. Why would you lie? I don't know. You might be lying. So what we're going to do, we're going to wean you off from that. So week and a half in, they were still giving me 10 mil, which is 5 mil more than I should have.
10 mil of what, mate?
Diazepam.
Diazepam.
Yeah.
And what is it? I've never taken it because I avoid.
Fantastic drug.
Right. Okay.
But you know where I'm going. I mean, it's a horrible drug, but it's instant. It's like you feel anxious, or you got the sweats and whatever. You're gagging for a beer. Take a diazepam, and within 2 or 3 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just kind of zonked, you zoned out?
No, it doesn't zonk you out, on the sofa, just takes the anxiety away and the
Takes the edge off it?
Yeah, more than the edge off it.
Right.
That's why it's so addictive, I think.
Oh, okay. So after that 2 weeks, so how would John or Ted or Bill that's out there now thinking, look, I really need help, what would be your advice to them?
Speak to us.
Speak to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, if you don't speak to us, you're listening to us. That's what I'm trying to say. When I've done that list, you can, if you wanted to go and speak to somebody else, you've got that list. That's my starter for 10. You've got to be mentally, I've had enough. And then all these, because you will say it takes a lot of strength. It sounds like I'm boasting there, but it takes a lot of strength. It really does. We was only talking about me and you a couple of days ago, as in, you say I'm going to pack it up. What was that story you were telling me about, up to 6 weeks or something?
And I think it was when I keep patting on about the marathon. Just saying. But I had to start training, so I had to cut the drink out because it wasn't going to help. And I found out that your liver needs up to a minimum of 6 weeks of just drinking water and whatever else to start repairing itself. So I'd done weeks and weeks and weeks of not drinking a thing. And believe you me, I love a drink. I do love a drink. Be brutally honest with you. And I got past the 6 week mark, and then I got past 8 weeks, and then I got past 12 weeks. right in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I could murder a beer. I could absolutely.
19th hole at the golf course.
I could cane a beer right now. And I felt so strong and empowered and lucid.
Yeah.
That I thought, I'll have half. Bear in mind, I was still serving fire officer. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that environment, as we spoke about on the last show, sometimes your environment doesn't really help. And it was the old adage of, you coming out for a bit. All right, do you know what? I'll come out and I'll just have one.
Just have the one.
And I had one. Tasted very different. Tasted really good. Bosh that back. Right, I've had me one. I'm going to go off, and I'll never forget it. And I'm, on my way home, thinking, right, okay, well, I handled that pretty well. That all went swimmingly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a glass of wine or maybe a beer on a Saturday. And within a week, I was back drinking every night. Not to excess, sometimes to excess, but not to excess generally. And after a couple of weeks, I thought, how did that happen?
Yeah.
So it's what my point is it's easily done. And I've got every admiration for you for doing what you've done, albeit like you say, going cold turkey. You really need to speak to a doctor before you think about doing any of that. But every admiration as a drinker. Every admiration for anyone that wants to knock it on the head. I remember how difficult it was to give up smoking.
Well, yeah, you said to me, didn't we? We spoke about it quite a lot as it goes about the booze. 27 years I've been off it, but I've fallen by the wayside a couple of times. Now, you said to me, with the cold, once I'd done the cold turkey, surely that must have turned you off the booze completely because it was that bad. Remember we were talking about it?
I said to Steve, if I was in that position and I was going to do what you done, I wouldn't want to go to the Priory?
Yeah.
Thousands of pounds each week. I'm not saying don't, because it sounds like I wouldn't mind going there just without doing the rehab.
25 large a week.
25 large a week. Well, you dip into your fund, that'll be all right. But my slant on it was I'd want to do a Rocky fighting the Russian sort of training camp. Sleep in a barn.
Yeah.
I'd want it to be the most awful experience, because in the back of my mind, once I'm through the light at the end of the tunnel, that is going to sit with me. Do I want to go back there? No, I don't. Do I want to go back to the gym after last night? No, I really don't. Don't do high rocks, whatever you do. But you see my point. So that was.
But it's done it to me though, isn't it? I've been 27 years dry, but I've fallen by the wayside a couple of times.
Yeah.
And the last time I fell by the wayside was when we were here. So we haven't been here long, 4 years now. So it must have been about 4 years ago.
Right.
Now don't forget what you said. Perhaps your brain wraps all that off after 25 years. You know what I mean? But I just went on it like that. I felt a bit anxious, which we now know could be anxiety. And I'd come out my studio to get some booze to take it back because I had all the family round, and I started shaking. I thought, and I literally went from there. Next morning, I was drinking a bottle of wine by 9 o'clock.
No.
So yeah, I know what you say. I mean, the longer it goes, the more you think, oh, it's easy peasy, you know what I mean? But it's not. It's always there.
Okay. Now, what other types of support are there out there, mate?
The support is people like us or the Samaritans or AA and things like that. They'll only talk you through it, what we're doing, and rehab, I recommend it if you're going to detox. And boy, it's just like a woman having the epidural. They got no pain. Okay. There's no pain when they have the baby. So when they detox you don't feel nothing, you know what I mean? So the first week of cold turkey is just, you want to fucking shoot yourself, yeah? So that detox, I think, takes that, don't take it all, but takes 60% of it off. Then they'll diazepam you. But 2 weeks, what I've done is not enough.
Okay.
It's got to be 3. And you see, so the stars or whatever you want to call them, when they go, it's rehab for 6 weeks minimum.
Right. So just to be clear, if I was in the same boat, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and speak to my doctor.
Yeah.
And then
that's a definite.
I'm kind of assuming the doctor then, if the doctor thought, right, this guy needs help, and that the doctor's then going to refer me to a rehab. Is that how it works?
Yeah, but you've got to do it. He'll just give you a telephone number, CBT.
Right.
He'll give you that, and
So CBT being cognitive behavioural therapy.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't got a very good experience of that.
You have or you haven't?
No, I haven't. I've
No,
got to say.
well, no, the
and
only
it's,
issue-
and it's not the people that are. So CBT, for anyone that doesn't know, is cognitive behavioural therapy, and what that is, in a nutshell, is counselling.
Yep.
Now, I respond really well to counselling, as we've spoken about before, because I find I can offload, I can say whatever I want to say without judgment, and I'll get perhaps a clearer perspective of someone that doesn't know me from Adam, etc., etc. Whereas you've not had a great experience with that. But cognitive behavioural therapy, so I can't remember what the circumstances were. I think it was after my dear friend took his own life last year. So that hit hard, and I slipped, let's say, in terms of my sort of mental health. And I went to the doctors because I didn't know whether it was my age, whether it was of what had happened. I really couldn't wrap my head around it. And the doctor said, okay, but before I can refer you to anything, you have to apply for this CBT, this cognitive behavioural therapy. The issue that I have with CBT is, and I'm not going to get political because we're not going to do politics on this show. Never. But the problem that I have is that the NHS is on its knees, on its knees, 100%. It has been for years and years. And of course, every different department has to cut back. And I worked for the NHS for a 6-month contract. So take my hat off to all of you working for the NHS.
Oh, yeah.
But the people actually holding the purse strings need shooting. Absolutely need shooting. So the point I'm getting to is that the CBT, albeit it may well be really, really effective, and I'm sure it may work for some, but you are given like a limit of like five sessions or six sessions.
I think, yeah.
Now, being someone who's previously had counselling, well-being for a period of time, a long period of time at one point, I know in my own self that I need more than a few sessions to get over or to get my head round, whatever that may be. So that's the issue that I have with it. It's not the actual counselling. The issue I have is that because the purse strings have been cut, drastically cut in the National Health, is that is all that they can offer.
Yeah.
So I kind of hit a brick wall before I'd even started. And in the end, I ended up having private counselling through recommendation from a friend. So that's the experience I have of it.
Yeah.
And that's and also, sorry to cut in, mate, but also it's the length of time that it takes
Exactly what I
before
was gonna say,
you can even get someone on the phone. And again, this is nothing to do with the people doing the job.
Phone, that's right. No.
You wait months and months and months. Now, for someone who's in crisis, or I wasn't in crisis, I was just, like I say, I didn't know whether it was deep depression, I didn't know what it was. But for someone in deep in a hole,
They want help now.
They want help now. They don't want to wait for a phone call in 3 months, 6 months time to then give you a 28 or 38 point questionnaire to then say, well, no, you're not really suitable.
You're not
for
eligible.
this.
Yeah.
No, because
that.
yeah. Well, you know yourself, because it then becomes a farce, doesn't it? Because if you know someone, like I knew, obviously know you. And you'd gone through it, and your advice to me was, well, tell them this, tell them that. I'm kind of doing the hoop jumping to get the end result. And that's not how it should be. No. That's not how it should be. But like I say, that's not aimed at the people doing the phone calls. That's not aimed at... Just want to make that absolutely crystal clear. I'm every admiration for anyone who works in the NHS, because it's a tough place to work. It's for the people that have made the cuts and made our NHS what it is.
Yeah, I think so. Even that they've got the purse strings, if you know what I mean. Surely the guys that got the purse strings must look at it and think, a year? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Recovery support, you've got friends, you've got family. If you haven't got friends, family, Samaritans, 116123.
Ooh. Very good.
It's 116123, isn't it?
I don't know. I ain't got it written down.
I'm pretty sure it is.
That's your side.
I'm pretty good with numbers. So you got Samaritans, Alcoholics Anonymous. So I suppose again, like with all of these things, some stuff will work for her. And I'm sure there's some,
of course.
The lady that he spoke to the other week, who picked up, as you said, picked up.
Fantastic lady.
Yeah, you was more drawn in by her voice. I know that much.
She had a sexy voice, and I mean that in a very nice way. She had a calming voice, but this lady was fantastic, you know. And I say, even after 27 years, she gave me a bit of rehab, I give her a bit as well. You know,
Oh no, I walked in and you were counselling her.
Yeah, right. And she unloaded onto me, but I asked her a question because I thought I was the only person, only alcoholic that drank 24/7. And when I said to her, "Can I ask you a question? You know, did you drink 24/7?" She went, "Oh, indubitably." And I said, "Well, you know what I'm talking about there. I mean, you're taking half a bottle of vodka up because you'll wake up every hour." I never used to sleep, really, she said. She said, I'd collapse in bed for an hour. She said, but I'd wake up and so I took cocaine to make me happy.
Oh, my God.
So she answered, where I thought I was the only one 24/7, because everybody that I've spoke to who've been alcoholics, not one of them ever said that I was up every hour pumping it down me. And she got it all out. I think that's fantastic.
I reckon an hour of talking to you, I reckon she's run for the hills. She's gone.
I see what we got on that. Well, I was and asked her personal telephone number.
Well, you called her babe on the last show. I think I written down here, babe. Yeah,
certainly did,
babe. Yeah.
So that's about it.
Do you watch Naked Dating? Yeah, have you seen Naked? Oh, yeah. Telling you what. What was it? Slack. Yeah, telling you, babe. Anyway,
they were all bollocks. Huge, great big monsters. Maybe
they were growers.
No. But bollocks are no good in sex, are they? And they're not pretty, are they? It's like God made the human body and has some fucking elbow fucking skin.
You're swearing a lot today.
Sorry, you've got to be on my aisles there. So when he made us, he had a bit of spare elbow skin, and he thought, I'll bang them between the legs.
Made a walnut sack out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not good looking though, are they? Not even when you're in rampant mood.
You know, you do a bit of a check, and you should all be checking out there, chaps.
Yeah.
Check your
get your girlfriend to do it.
Get your girlfriend to do it, but checking your testiculars because it's exceptionally important.
Yep.
I'd done this, and this was quite a number of years ago.
You found a third one,
and I found a third one. Yeah, I did. And
really?
Immediately you kind of go into panic mode.
Kept that quiet.
You're right there.
Oh, you kept that quiet. Go on, carry on. First time I've heard about it. I know we speak about it a lot.
I thought I told you.
No, you didn't.
Anyway, so you'll appreciate the story that goes behind it. You know, he sort of checked it. I didn't like. He kept kissing me while he was. No, I'm joking. So, he's asked me a lot of questions, and he said, right. It was the candles and the dinner. I just didn't.
And it's soft music in the background.
Just stroking me brow. But
then he'd come out a run.
2 weeks later, I'm in the it was like the Spires or sort of something like that, in this private thing. Absolutely, you know, panicking, thinking, "Oh my God, like is this something else?" Yeah. And do you remember Dame Edna Everidge?
Of course.
Do you remember the woman that used to stand at the end of the piano, Madge?
Yeah, Madge.
Which is what I called my beautiful daughter when she was little, because she used to stand there looking like that. Anyway, so this woman who resembled Madge came out and said, "Next,
I'm dead."
So I walk in, hello, and she said, "Right, if you can strip down to your underpants." She went and just lay on the bed. So, and of course, you're nervous because you know I'm thinking about what could it be, this, that, and the other. I've now got to pull me doodahs out in front of this really, really, you know, miserable woman. And I laid on the bed, and she said to me, she said, "Right, you need to pull your pants down." I went, "All right." I said, "Don't normally do this on a first date." Not a thing. Not a thing. And she's done like, you know what they do for the babies?
Sorry, what are you fucking doing there?
No, the babies, like the little machine. They have little machines for the baby, like to do the scans.
Yeah. I've had that done.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're all out there going, this word, where it is. So anyway, she's doing that over me elbow pouch. And I've... as she's doing it, I literally couldn't help myself, and I turned around and said, is it a boy or a girl? And all she said to me was,
Shut the fuck up.
It's not cancer, you can go. And I went, right, thank God for that. But really, really important, chaps. I know we're talking about alcohol, but really, really important is if you're meant to check it, go check it. I know we're joking and and whatever else, but get it checked out, because the quicker you get it checked out, the quicker something can be done about it. God forbid. Recovery support. Anything else on there? Recovery wise?
No.
Any other channels that our marvellous viewers out there can go to or speak to? Medical professional, your doctor is the first port of call. Like all things, there's really great doctors out there.
Of course there is. Fantastic.
There's some quite average ones and there's some not so good ones. Yeah. And in fairness, doctors have a broad range of things they have to cope with. There's lots of local support services. Frank and the whole list of services that I read out. So if you are desperate and need a help, like I say, Samaritans, give them a call. They're an incredible organisation that really help a lot of people out. And they're all volunteers. Alcoholics Anonymous, as Steve found out last week, ringing them for the first time in a number of years, picked the phone up straight away, had a wonderful person on the end of the phone who listened. So whether you've got a big group of friends, you've got a really small group of friends, you've got no friends, or whatever that may be, you don't feel you've got any support out there, there's always support. And like I say, if you think your life's that bad, give him a ring. Give him a ring, and it'll make you feel $100. But in all seriousness, give us a call. Give us a call.
Yeah. So basically, you can give me a ring if you just fancy a chat and a laugh. But we can incorporate that with serious talk if it comes to it.
We can do that
because we're not going to hide it. Well, I won't hide it. That list I'll give you, you've got to try and adhere to that, because it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Not just hard. It's going to be, hard.
And carry on with the emails, the phone calls, etc. Because we want to get all of you out there talking, because men don't talk enough.
No, and with the comments, because the way me and him just sit here and we chat and we make ourselves laugh. We're not trying to make you laugh.
You're the funniest person I know.
Joe, shut the fuck up. I've gone off the plot now. No. Comment us if you've got a subject. We've flopped into prostate here, haven't we? And flopped into testicles and what have you.
Yeah, we've gone from arseholes to bollocks. Yeah,
I like that. If there's something that might be niggling you and you can't understand it, comment us and say, "Cool, can we talk about me right toes fucking?" Well, you know what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
And if we've got time, we'll come back at you.
And if anyone wants to know this, there's only one reason why I've not had my prostate checked. It's because my doctor's got fucking massive hands. I know. It's like brotherly love. I don't want any one of them digits. Anytime I go to the doctor's for anything, which is very seldom, I've got to say, and he always talks about prostate, and I look and I think, you've got massive hands. So no.
So in other words, he's got, what's the famous goalkeeper?
Peter Shilton.
He had Peter Shilton's hand. You wanted Jerry Beadle's hand, didn't you?
Oh, it's exactly what I was going to say. Jerry Beadle's hands. Yeah,
I thought you
I'll
were
take
aiming
that.
For that.
Hands of a small child, but not a small child, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, don't take that literally.
Okay, but keep up the good work. Thanks for the comments. Look forward to seeing you on the next show. Take care. Give us a call if you need help, and peace out.
Yeah. Get back to us, mate. So keep an eye out for us, because it's coming out soon.
Lovely. Now
Look after yourselves.
Now I'm going to go for a shit.
Bye.
Wanna be drunk when I wake up on the right side of the wrong bed, and never an excuse I made up. Tell you the truth, that it what didn't kill me. It never made me stronger at all. Love will scar your makeup and lipsticks to me, so now I maybe lean back there. I'm sad.